What are you wearing?
This is Captain Chaos, my childhood alter ego. I haven't changed a bit. Welcome to Daily Anna English, where we're opening the secret vault of our most embarrassing and hilarious childhood memories.
That's right. We're jumping headfirst into the time machine today to talk about being a kid. We're going to share our weirdest stories, our biggest fears, and the toys we loved way too much.
And we're going to teach you all the natural, funny English phrases you need to tell your own crazy kid stories. Because your childhood was probably just as weird as ours. Get ready to laugh, cringe, and learn. Let's rewind the clock.
Okay, the geography of our childhoods. This is where the great divide begins. David, you were a city kid. Paint us a word picture. What was it really like?
It was a symphony of chaos. My playground was the concrete jungle. The air smelled of car exhaust and possibility. I grew up in a massive, sprawling city. My backyard was a fire escape. My forest was the subway system.
So poetic and so loud. Meanwhile, I grew up in a tiny, sleepy town. To grow up in a place is the key phrase. Everyone, say it with me. I grew up in a... Pause for viewers to respond. For me, the air smelled of tut grass and my neighbor's farm. My alarm clock was a rooster named Kevin. He was very rude.
A rooster, see? That's wild. In the city, my alarm clock was the garbage truck at 5 a.m. It was less cock-a-doodle-doo and more crash-bang-smash.
Let's get specific about our neighborhoods. Your neighborhood is your local area. David, describe yours.
My neighborhood was a UN meeting of kids. We had rules. The ultimate rule was you played outside until the streetlights came on. That was the law. When those lights flickered on, it was like Cinderella's curfew. You ran home or faced the wrath of your parents.
We didn't have streetlights. We had the moon and my dad whistling. He had a specific whistle that could travel for miles. You'd be climbing a tree and suddenly you'd hear it, whistle, and you knew dinner was ready.
What did you even do all day? Weren't you bored?
Bored? Never. We went exploring in the woods. We built secret forts out of fallen branches. We climbed trees and pretended they were pirate ships. One time, my friend and I tried to dig a hole to China. We got about 3 feet down and found a weird rock and declared it Chinese treasure.
Incredible. Our adventures were more urban. We raced shopping carts in the supermarket lot. We played tag in the parking garage, which, looking back, was incredibly dangerous. We collected weird bottle caps like they were gold coins.
It's a different world. Let's practice the vocabulary, everyone. Repeat after us. I grew up in a big city.
I grew up in a small town.
My neighborhood was very quiet.
We played outside until the streetlights came on.
The serious business of play. This is where our imaginations ran wild. David, what was the game you played the most?
We were masters of the classics, hide and seek. But in an apartment building with 20 floors, you could hide in a laundry chute. It was terrifying and amazing. Tag, but we called it manhunt, and it involved multiple city blocks. It was less a game, more a full-body workout.
We played hide and seek in cornfields. You could be hiding for hours. People would just give up and go home. You'd emerge at sunset, covered in dirt, a victorious ghost.
What about toys? What was your most prized possession?
My doll, Rose. I loved her so much. But we were poor, so I couldn't buy her clothes. I made her dresses out of old socks. She had a whole wardrobe of lumpy, mismatched sock dresses. She looked unwell.
Amazing. My pride and joy was a red race car. It was my everything. I didn't just play with it. I built an entire city for it on the living room floor using tape for roads, books for tunnels, and my little sister's stuffed animals as terrifying monsters it had to escape from.
Did you ever have a toy break? The heartbreak?
Don't even. My red car. The wheel fell off. It was a national tragedy. I held a full funeral for it. My dad tried to superglue it, but it was never the same. It just drove in sad, lopsided circles.
The trauma is real. Let's talk about games without toys. We played pretend. I was always an explorer, discovering new lands. David, I bet you were.
I was a space cowboy superhero, obviously. I used a stick as a sword, a cardboard box as a spaceship, and a paper plate as a shield. My mom's colander was my superhero helmet. I was unstoppable.
That's the magic. We used what we had. It's a great phrase for being resourceful. Let's teach the game words. Everyone, shout them out with us. Hide and seek.
Play pretend.
Build forts.
Climb trees.
School days. The drama. The friendships. The trouble. David, your first day of school. Set the scene.
I was a legend. I ran into the classroom with so much confidence. I didn't even say goodbye to my mom. I saw a box of crayons and I was like, this is it. This is my life now. I was ready to make new friends and conquer the playground.
Wow. I was a tiny, trembling ball of anxiety. I held my mother's hand so tight I almost cut off her circulation. I was scared of the big kids and the loud bell. I cried when my mom left for like a week.
But then you make that first friend. My partner in crime was Danny. We did everything together. We shared our lunches. We did our homework together. Well, he did. I copied. And we had secret handshakes.
We had sup-overs every weekend. We told each other secrets. We promised to be best friends forever. And we made up a secret language that was just bad pig Latin. Elohe. It was foolproof.
But it wasn't all sunshine and secret languages, was it? Let's talk about the dark side. Let's talk about getting in trouble. Lenshin. Okay, fine. The Great Vase Incident of 1998. My brother and I were playing football inside the house, which was the ultimate forbidden act. My mom's voice echoes in my head. No balls in the house.
And then I kicked a ball way too hard. It flew in slow motion directly into my mom's favorite vase. It shattered into a million pieces. The sound was the sound of my childhood ending.
No, the horror. What was the punishment?
It was brutal. I was grounded for a week. No TV, no friends, no fun. I had to do extra chores, and I had to write an apology letter. I learned my lesson. Never, ever play football inside.
The classic tale of crime and punishment. My specialty was animal-related disasters. I tried to give my dog Buddy a haircut with my mom's kitchen scissors. He looked like a moth-eaten carpet. I got in so much trouble. My dad called me the barber of disaster.
Let's practice the trouble phrases. They're very important. I got in trouble.
I broke something.
I was grounded.
No TV.
The deep cuts, our fears, our favorite foods, and our number one memory. David, what were you secretly terrified of?
I was deathly afraid of thunderstorms. The thunder sounded like giant monsters fighting in the sky. I would hide under my blanket and cover my ears. My heart would be pounding. My dad would come in and say, "It's just angels bowling," which did not help. Why are angels so violent?
I was terrified of the dark. I was convinced there was a monster living in my closet. Not under the bed. That's too cliché. In the closet. I needed a nightlight, a little plug-in lamp to keep the monsters away. I also had to sleep with the closet door completely shut, obviously.
Now, the happy stuff, the food memories are powerful. What taste takes you right back?
Without a doubt, my grandmother's chocolate chip cookies. She baked them every single Sunday. The whole house would smell like warm chocolate and love. I would help her mix the dough, and she'd let me lick the spoon. It's my ultimate comfort memory.
For me, it was my dad's Saturday morning pancakes. He'd make a gigantic stack, a tower of fluffy goodness. We'd drown them in maple syrup and butter. It was a family ritual. No one was allowed to be grumpy on Pancake Day.
Okay, the final question. The champion of all memories. What is the one childhood memory that, when you think about it, makes you feel completely happy and safe?
Okay. It's a family camping trip. We drove for hours, set up a tent, which took my dad approximately 4 hours and 100 bad words, and cooked hot dogs over a campfire. But the best part was at night. We lay on our backs and looked at the stars. There were so many. I'd never seen anything like it. I felt so small, but so connected to my family. It was perfect.
That's beautiful. For me, it's a specific snowy winter day. School was canceled. My brother and I built a massive, lopsided snowman. We used a carrot for his nose and gave him my dad's old hat. Then my mom came out with mugs of hot chocolate with little marshmallows. We sat on the porch steps, not talking, just drinking our hot chocolate and looking at our snowman. My cheeks were red, my gloves were wet, and I remember thinking, this is it. This is happiness.
It's never the big, expensive things, is it? It's those simple, perfect moments.
It really is.
And now it's your turn to time travel.
Viewer challenge. We've shared our stories. Now we need to hear yours. Here is your mission. What is your funniest, most embarrassing, or most heartwarming childhood memory? Tell us the whole story in the comments. You must use at least 3 of the phrases we learned today, like grew up in, got in trouble for, my favorite memory is, or we used to play.
Yes, don't be shy. We want to hear about the time you gave your dog a bad haircut, or the weird games you invented, or your favorite family tradition. We will read every single story, and our absolute favorite will get a huge shout out in next week's video.
If this video brought back some happy memories for you, please do us a massive favor and smash that like button and share it with a friend who needs a laugh today.
And if you want to join the fun every week, make sure you subscribe to Daily Anna English and hit that notification bell so you're always in on the joke.
Thanks for watching, for remembering, and for learning with us. Stay crazy!
Bye, everyone.